Welcome back, Waddle Nation, or welcome. We don't judge around here. It's Snapshot time. Today's date is September 1st, 2021, which in itself is insane. When did that happen? Nobody expected it to really play out this way, but this is how it played out. In honor of CLB's release date this coming Friday, the Mojang developers have decided to tribute Drizzy, the Six God, Aubrey Graham, Drake himself, and release Test Snapshot number 6. It's actually insane. In order to help us prepare for the drop of the album with potentially the best album cover of all time this Friday, today we're going to check out Test Snapshot number 6. If you like it, like it. If you subscribe, subscribe. In all seriousness, I'm actually kind of surprised that Test Snapshots are still happening. I really thought, honestly, that normal snapshots would start last week, and then when they didn't start last week, I thought, well, this is the week for us. It'll happen this week, but no, we're still in experimental snapshots. However, with that being said, I feel like they're getting smaller. Definitely. I think. I mean, I guess I've been saying it for a while, but Test Snapshot number 6. The changes, here they all are right here. There's lots of changes. Some of the changes have to do with the ocean today. There's a very, very interesting change that has to do with some mobs and biome placement changes. The first change that we're going to talk about and take a look at today has to do with mountain placement. In Test Snapshot number 6, mountain placement has actually been adjusted. This placement has to do with temperature problems that were happening. If we're in a warm biome, then the grove biome and the snowy slopes biome should start a little bit higher up on the mountain. If we're in a cold biome, the grove and the snowy slopes can start a little bit sooner. Now this place is neither of those. This is just an insane looking spot. Savannah village right there, small strange biome thing, shattered savanna that is insane looking, and the sunflower plains here, flower forest as well. A bunch of crazy biomes happening here, but this generation, it's on point. This is good looking mountain generation. Like, it looks really, really cool. Now, is this the grove right here? Did we get lucky? Wooded mountains. It is not. Without something like a side-by-side comparison to the previous test snapshot, or if you're just like insanely familiar with these test snapshots, things aren't really going to look that different to you, most likely. But I think here we definitely have snowy slopes biome. Yeah, snowy slopes right here, and I guess it's kind of cool over here. I mean, plains biome. I thought that was warm. What is this right here? Is this a meadow? Meadow. Yeah, that's a meadow. So that's probably what's happening here. The meadow is a little bit more cool, goes into the snowy slopes biome, goes into the snow-capped peaks right here. This mountain actually isn't that tall at all, but it's very impressive looking. Cool aquifer in there. Over here we have the same thing happening. We have a forest biome or a taiga biome, both definitely not the warmest biomes in the world, going into a snowy slopes, going into a grove, pretty low. And again, over here, same exact thing. You kind of get the point. The Stony Peaks biome. The Stony Peaks biome is a warmer mountain biome. Maybe, I figured we could go over here to see if any groves or snowy slopes generate. Definitely looks like no groves or snowy slopes at all. And I'm assuming that's going to be because this is a way warmer place, actually. Look at this. We have the Badlands over there. Beautiful. Jungle right there. Very nice. And then Stony Peaks. No calcite this time, but Stony Peaks. Those are some peaks. Now, while we're flying around over here in this warm area, this is perfect spot to talk about the next one. Biome placement has been tweaked a little bit again to reduce the risk of cold microbiomes. If you've been exploring in these test snapshots, you may be familiar with microbiomes. They're basically small biomes that are isolated in the middle of other biomes. They're strange. Speaking of strange, this is strange. Village up there, down there. Wow. Completely off topic, but it's in the middle too. It's in the middle too. Iron Golem, what are you doing, my guy? How in the world are you ever going to defend this village? And why are the villagers here too, with the cats? What are you doing? Your house is down there. Anyways, have you been exploring the test snapshots? Maybe you've seen microbiomes, tiny small biomes. The cold ones are very random because snow. If you find a forest and then there's a random forest in the middle of it with like snow, yeah, very, very out of place feeling. Biomes have been tweaked to make that happen a little bit less. I haven't seen any in this world, but then again, I haven't been in this world for very long. We go under the ground now. We're looking for the luscious caves. Oh, whoa. Wow, it's not the lush caves at all, but it's a dripstone cave biome in this gigantic open cave right here. I love these caves. They're so cool. Wow, with the dripstone caves. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. For sure. Sincerely and formally, I would like to apologize to the caves because I've been completely neglecting them. If I were a parent, you know what, I'm not going to make that joke. In the last test snapshot, because of some kind of change that happened, the lush caves would get cut up a lot and broken up and there would be smaller. That has been reverted in the snapshot, so if you find a lush cave under the ground, probably not like this one, it should be a little bit more consistent. This is a really, really small lush cave here. It's actually like right under the mesa that we were just by. Like, look at this, mine shaft right there, and if I were to dig straight down, I would find the lush caves. They should be broken up a little bit less now. Next up, we're going to a biome that I guess I just learned the official name. It's giant spruce taiga biome. It's not mega taiga. I always thought it was mega taiga. Where did I get that from? The giant tree taiga and giant spruce taiga no longer count as cold biomes. So this place right here, it's not cold. That's going to mean that this place will show up a whole lot less next to cold biomes like the snowy taiga, tundra, things like that. It's basically a change that has to do with biome placement. If you didn't know, in the test snapshots, they're working on biome placement, trying to make it make a little bit more sense. So you have like biomes that are similar in temperature next to each other, like the plains to the forest. That's very similar to the taiga. That's also similar. And now to this over here, very, very similar too. But honestly, I'm just shocked. Has this always been this way? Giant spruce taiga? And what is a giant tree taiga? I'm sorry, this is groundbreaking to me. This right here is the taiga. And then the giant tree taiga is where? This is the giant tree taiga. Is this not the same biome? Is this not like literally what we were just looking at? Back to the other one. Yeah, no, it looks identical. Is there a difference between these two biomes? Can you let me know? In test snapshot number 6, if you head over to an ocean, take a look at the floor, it should look a little bit different to you. If you've been paying attention to the ocean changes that have been happening, basically water caves, underwater ravines were removed. They weren't happening. Now they're happening again, but they're going to be a little bit different than the old underwater ravines. The reasoning behind this is pretty simple. The way the caves are made is now completely different. They're not using the old way, and the old way, like I said, completely different. So you should be able to find underwater ravines now, and also these underwater caves that you find should now more often actually connect to real cave systems. So this is something that I wanted to test out here. I gave myself night vision so we can actually see. Found a random cave. I haven't checked it out at all. I want to see if we could actually swim through this thing and potentially actually lead into like a cave system under the water. Also this week, the amount of underwater magma has been increased slightly. I think that means also in aquifers, not just in the ocean. But that's going to make it a little bit easier to actually breathe inside of these things, which is amazing. But this one, yeah, unless I'm missing something, it doesn't look like it actually connects to anything. Yeah. Oh. Whoa. I think I spoke too soon. So back up on the ocean floor, let's say we dove down into the water right here, went down into this deep part, and then turned back this way and just kept swimming. This would have to be like, yeah, you definitely need like doors or a conduit or some kind of way to breathe. But let's say we kept going this way and swam through the cave this way. Kept going this way somehow. I don't know how we're still breathing, to be honest, but if we keep going, look at this. It worked. A cave system. We cut from the ocean floor, and now we're in a solid cave system, and a big one too. Wow, that is so cool. That is really, really cool. The cave's actually connecting from the ocean floor down into this thing. And actually, look at this right here. Diamonds. If I was able to survive that whole swimming journey somehow, I would be led right to diamonds. And then over here we have deep slate, which means even more diamonds. Diamonds generate deeper. Wow, that's so cool. So, you know, it's Minecraft. That's not always going to happen. Sometimes the cave systems will connect. Sometimes they won't. But that is really, really cool. A gigantic change has happened in test snapshot number 6. That I am in love with. I am obsessed with it. I love it. So underwater magma, that has been increased, so it makes surviving in the aquifers a little bit easier. And also, the number of water springs has been reduced. So I'm not too sure, admittedly, if this means aquifers or water springs on the surface, like a small lake or what exactly, but less water springs. So flying around down here, it definitely looks like, and this could just be this one-off spot, but it definitely kind of looks like there's less aquifers here, right? Like, I mean, obviously, a side-by-side comparison here would be best, but if that's what that means, if I'm interpreting that correctly, that is amazing. If you saw my hardcore episode when we were talking about the caves, my biggest problem was so many aquifers, and the aquifers just getting, like, cut off and not really going anywhere, and it just being very, very difficult to survive in, like, survival. And a lot of people pointed out, like, of course you could do a conduit or just a bunch of doors or something like that, but realistically, how fun is that going to be, like, over and over and over again when you have to go into every cave system with, like, stacks of doors now, just in case of aquifers? It's going to be pretty funny if that change has nothing to do with any underwater water. And yeah, if this change has nothing to do with aquifers at all and they're still just as common, at least there's the magma blocks with the bubble columns now, because that's huge. More of these things so we can actually survive in this stuff without having to carry more and more items. That's great. So before we take a look at the last change, or the last 2 changes in today's video, there's the world seed, world spawn is right there with a 6. Look at this, so huge ocean right there, the shattered savanna, and this thing. I have no clue what it is. No clue at all. Oh, look, another village over here too. Wow, I have no clue what this is. It almost looks like a mountain that got cut off, but it is beautiful. That's a whole work of art. I like it. Locate biome swamp. There have been more swamp changes in this week's test snapshot. Swamp biomes can now generate in dry areas. The swamp. Dry areas. So actually the first swamp that I found looks like it did not generate in a dry area at all. This is very, very wet. But yeah, swamps can now generate in dry areas. The reasoning behind this change basically has to do with biome placement. Wait, what? No way, this is a swamp. You know what? I am inside of the swamp biome? Okay, that's a bug. I found a bug. Oh, it's a swamp. It's the snowy swamp, I guess. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Anyway, swamps can now generate in dry areas to help with the biome generation issue. Before, when swamps would generate, because they couldn't generate in dry areas, you could have like a small dry microbiome in the middle of a swamp, so like a desert. Very, very strange. Now the swamp should be able to just basically overtake it. I intentionally saved this change for last because it is so unexpected, like completely random compared to all of the other changes that we've been looking at. So, there's a horse, there's a mule, and there's a donkey. Now, previously, if you wanted to move these things around, you would have had to, like get on a saddle and move them. But let's say you're trying to move them like across water. That would be insanely annoying. You have to like nudge them. Like, let's say I'm over here. This is my mule and I want to go over there. I would have to, like bounce it across the water. It's very, very annoying. There's no easy way to get it to follow you. Or is there? Aha, look at this right here. I'm holding a golden apple and the thing follows me. If I go over here and I keep holding, I don't know, let's say this enchanted golden apple, look at them. They follow me now. So basically this is kind of like wheat with cows or with sheep or whatever. Look at this. They're following me. And same with the golden carrot here. So these things like gold, that's questionable at best, but they like gold. Golden apples, enchanted golden apples, and golden carrots, and this is amazing for moving these things across water. So hey buddy, remember me. Yeah, look at it, it's swimming across the water, it's following me, it's locked down. So now in 1.18, traveling across these new worlds with your horse, you could actually ride them across land. You find a river. If you just have something gold, you could actually get them across the fjords or this thing right here if you don't want to walk around it. I have no clue, but yeah, it's so cool. This is such a good change. I really like this. And that horse right there, why does that horse seem so fast? Now, I wanted to test something. Does this apply for skeleton horses too? Do you like gold? No. I don't think the skeleton horse cares about gold. Okay, that should definitely be changed. Do you care? Oh, no, you care. Okay, no. I don't know if it cares or not. Yeah, I don't think it does. It does not care. And llamas, there is now a better way to move llamas too. Maybe you like to have a bunch of llamas and just walk around with them or something. Well, if you want them to follow you across water or just follow you in general, hay bale. Hold a hay bale and all of the llamas nearby will follow you. Doesn't matter if there's a carpet on them, a chest on them, or what. They will all just follow you. Hold a hay bale, and yeah, look at this. It's an army of llamas. This is such a genius change. Like, it's something I didn't even consider because I don't really use horses that much. But yeah, traveling with horses across water, annoying. And honestly, because of this new generation, definitely something like that would be way more annoying without this change and the new update. Like, the fjords sometimes are so deep and so steep and everything like that. It could be really, really annoying, I would imagine. Definitely a completely unexpected change this week, but genius. Big props to the devs for considering this. Like, this is awesome. And so, test snapshot number 6. What do you think? Do you like the sounds of the changes? Do you not? Let me know down in the comments below, and definitely test them out for yourself. In case I interpreted that whole water spring thing wrong, I'm sorry. But no matter what I was saying still applies because more magma blocks under the water, yeah, that's great. We could actually travel through the things way easier. More guide episodes coming soon. Keep your eyes out for that. Check out my Twitter. There's a link in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.